I got one.
Yeah.
Lawyer representing people who cut up other people and wear their clothes. He's just there. He's got his balls tucked between his legs. And he goes, I'd represent me. I'd represent me. Hells yeah, beautiful people. It's got to be Tuesday night, which you know means that it's time for the best, for the worst, of the win and the internet. Of the winternet. That's right, we ain't even on the internet. We're on the better.
Winternet is coming.
That's right, winter is coming. Welcome to Night Attack, bringing you the best of the internet ever since 1924 and counting. I'm Brian Brushman in Austin, Texas. Joining me from what I can only assume is Portland, Ohio, it's got to be Justin Robert Young. What is going on, JR? Why?
Motherfucker, I am so excited.
Are you?
Are you?
And first of all, was I right?
I mean, considering we talked like 5 hours ago and I said I was in Portland, yes.
Listen, look, Justin, you say you're in a lot of places. I'm not going to lie. Don't always. On my priority list, where's Justin? Not the highest item up there. He's always in Ohio or he's in Oakland.
Motherfucker, absolutely. I am live and direct from Portland, Ohio.
Bada
the
bing
northwestern portion of Ohio that nobody seems to talk about except for Fred Armisen. And I am willing to bet you, Brian Brushwood, that this is going to be a show that we will all remember.
Right on. By the way, I love the fact that we just had a streaker in the middle of our video stream. All of a sudden, Dropbox got like a new file or a file was deleted or something, and it showed up over the chat window, and the chat's like, "Get out of here, Dropbox notification! Oh, why I oughta!"
I know. I certainly hope that nobody who has your Dropbox is uploading shit right now so they can create new Dropbox notifications.
And by the way, Tinky definitely just took credit for it. Oh, terrorist bomber, you, Tinky.
All right, here's the fact.
Wait.
Have you talked about
No, I ain't said nothing. Oh, God damn it. Fuck you, Dropbox.txt just got added. Somebody has.
Well, this is a fun bit that will continue for the rest of the show.
Thank you, Tanky. Remind me to revoke your Dropbox access. So, no, we have not talked about the fact that I don't know if you guys heard, but there's a lot of flooding here in Austin. It threw our triathlon for a loop. They had to cancel the swim, but more importantly, the day before, we found out that one of our own, Brant, had his house totally flooded, like his apartment. He periscoped it. He live streamed the whole thing. A foot of water. There was one point they tried to barricade it against the door. They weren't able to do it. They opened up the door and water came pouring in. He got all of his electronics out to safety. But the moral of the story is that right now, in my literal house, is a literal refugee. There's somebody who had a home that he was comfortable with and really dug it, and disaster struck, and suddenly that home is not available. It's as though he was in a rat-ass clubhouse and suddenly it burned down. And I want to point out that when we extended a hand to him, we said, "Hey, are you looking for another rat-ass clubhouse to stay?" And he was like, "Maybe." And I was like, "Well, if you so want, we're doing our best to make this the best house possible, and we would love to have you be a part of it." Notice, we didn't ask him why the fire started. We didn't want to gossip about how...
No. Like, what are you going to ask about? Hey, God, did you decide to rain on Texas a lot?
No.
Like, what are you going to do? Be a crazy person on a hill yelling at the sky?
That's what I'm saying. It's like God decides that the clubhouse needs to be cleansed, and he shuts down the clubhouse, and then you find it. And you know what? Here's what we do, is by the way, it turns out there actually is a Portland, Ohio. What we do is we love and accept the refugees. Look, here's the thing, is Leo Laporte announced...
No, come on, let's just... For a hot second, let's just cut through it. Yeah. All right, so I don't know if y'all understood this, but like there was a time where this show was not called Night Attack. It was called NSFW show. It was on the Twit Network. The NSFW show relied and thrived and created really our careers in terms of next level podcasting people.
Absolutely.
On two things, live streaming and chat room. y'all are in the fucking bottom of this screen right now if you watch it on podcasting and live streaming because of that, because this has been always and continues to be an interaction between the two of us.
Yep.
It has come to our attention that Twit has decided to no longer live stream shows and no longer have an official chat room. That's their business, man. That's rad if they want to do it. Here's all we know, man, with a non-controversial, big fat open arm, man. Anybody who likes to watch live stream content and had watched us when we were on NSFW, you are welcome here in diamondclub.tv. You are welcome. I hope everybody here in the chat room lets everybody know that is here watching right now for the first time that this is a cool place where cool people like to be. We've got specific chat rooms where you can talk about what you want to talk about at the very specific time. We try to create and foster a community for which that is appropriate and accepted, and you can get the experience that you want. And the only thing that we can hope for from here on out is that you get an awesome time whenever you log on to the internet and want to watch live content. Flat out. No fucking bullshit. No fucking anything else. It is just for here right now. Ooh la la la. It's the song that we sing when the Fugees are here.
Correct. And specifically, I want to implore to all of you guys, you guys already live in the clubhouse. You're going to see some new faces. I want you to welcome all of them with open arms. Don't make anything weird or fucked up. We want nothing but joy. Twit may not like us, but we still like Twit, and we want people who like Twit to join us here at diamondclub.tv, and that's totally fine. Nothing but open arms. You guys are our ambassadors, which means we don't want to hear about any fucked up shit. If you're into shit talking, there's a creepy ass sex dungeon downstairs for you. It's called #drama. Take it somewhere where the grown-ups don't have to look at it. That's all we're gonna say.
Yeah, listen, that's fine. I feel like people who want to talk about shit already talk about shit. The people who want to come here, I doubt that they are making the free will decision to come to this chat room to talk shit about Twit, right? The drama's always open. You can hang out there.
Look, here's the important thing. I think that T2T2 did a fantastic job. If you go to diamondclub.reddit.com.
I think that's California Carl.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry. It's Carl. Oh, great. Wonderful. I guess T2 linked to it. California Carl did a fantastic job. He says, "Hi, Twits. Welcome to chat." Did a wonderful job of summing up what we're about and what's appropriate here. Look, here's the thing. We have a rad-ass clubhouse. We are a clubhouse about people who love watching live internet-produced content, whether it's on the Frog Pants Network, whether it's from our friend Tom Merritt, whether it's Veronica Belma, whether it's Twit, whether it's whether it's our friends Anthony Carboni and the upcoming Jeff Cannata, who we're about to bring on the show. This is the place for all of you guys to come together and keep the rad-ass clubhouse as rad and ass as possible, right?
What? Rad
Yeah.
ass?
Yeah.
Man, we've talked so much about this shit.
No,
I kind of feel
that's
like,
all. We're done.
and that's it. It's just, here's the fucking only thing that we care about. Good content. Good, fun content in which we interact with you guys. And if anything, it is just, I'm very happy that a year in advance we have a spaceship for which people can come and join.
Dude,
because
it's great.
If anything else, we believe in live content. And by the way, for the record, I can totally see where Twit is coming from and why they made their decision. I think I get it for them.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. We couldn't hear you. Because there's a little bit too much of the crowd demanding that we bring on one Jeff Cannata. Dude, let's, yes, absolutely 100% all of that. However, we also need to get Jeff Cannata on. We got to get this thing started because we're bringing back Cannatadome.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Jeffrey Cannata, how are you, sir?
I am great. How are you guys doing?
I am doing very, very well. We started off a little bit heavy. I want to get things as light as we can, as fast as we can. Jeff, how you doing, bud?
I'm well. I'm good. What was heavy? What was so heavy? Was it Heavy D and the boys? Did they stop by?
There was another clubhouse that burned down, and we just want to tell everyone to...
Man, I don't know. All right. Yeah.
Did I feel? I feel like you feel like I cut you off, Justin, and that was not my intent. My intent was just to keep stuff light.
I mean, it was probably because you literally did, but like but yeah. Well, anyway, my main concern. I don't want to feel like we're giving short shrift to it. I just wanted to put a bow on it and just say that everybody who is not able to watch Twit is able to watch us, and that's really, really rad.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My main concern was that I made a pinky promise to Jeff that I would call him in 20 minutes, and I was up against that 20 minutes, and I realized I was out of time, and so I called him, and sorry if that was awkward, which is a perfect segue for us to take a moment and thank the folks who make the show possible at patreon.com/Night Attack. Dude, Justin, do you want to make our announcement about how we're spending their hard-earned money at patreon.com/Night Attack?
I mean, I don't know if we can make that announcement before we make the announcement before it about what we want to do that it would be in support of.
Well, crap. I guess, and we can't do that without telling one of the people that we wanted to invite to be part of the thing that we were going to make the decision to spend the money in support of.
All right. So you want to... All right. So here's the basis of it.
Real quick. Pause everything. Yeah. Pause the show. Pause everything. We're just going to speak privately with you, Jeff. Hey, Jeff.
Can I ask a question first?
Yeah. What's up?
Justin, where are you?
Oh, I'm in a closet in Portland.
You are.
I'm just supposed to not comment on that?
No, wait, hold on, wait. Do you wanna hanger?
It happens.
Too bad you can't have it. It's attached. It's not. It doesn't come down.
I'm supposed to pretend like that's just totally normal and not to say anything at all about that.
And also, I have an iron.
It might, in fact, be kind of Justin's alternate set. It's like I kind of adore the fact that it's uniform. Like every time Justin.
I also got 2 guns here, one for the each ear.
All right, sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine. Hey, Jeff, would you like? We've done a couple of comedy jam sessions. We did one with Veronica Belmont that we released as an EP called the Belmont Tapes. The tracks later surfaced as part of Night Attack 3. We just did another one with Tom Merritt. Would you like to join us for like a jam, comedy jam session, the 3 of us?
Hell yeah.
Okay, good.
So, right. I mean, and also what we would hope to do is like 2 of our previous albums, we would like it to debut at #1 of the Billboard comedy chart. So anybody who was on that album would be able to say that they had an album that debuted at #1 on the Billboard comedy charts. Because for both Brian and I, that's been something that we've really liked saying to people.
Yeah. It basically means there is absolutely no difference between what you do and Thriller.
Yes, I mean we're essentially brothers.
Or at the very least, the lesser known George Carlin album, Thriller.
So okay, by the way, Mitsula already asks that we call them the Totally Rad Tapes. Look, the only way we could do that is if we did comedy sessions with not only Jeff Cannata but also Dan Trachtenberg and Alex Albrecht. Which, now that I think about it, Justin, that would be a hell of an idea, wouldn't it?
That'd be a real fun track. In fact, what if we did an album that not only had stuff that included both Jeff Cannata, Alex Albrecht, Dan Trachtenberg, but maybe even his current podcast juggernaut partner in Anthony Carboni, and we made an entire album with guest stars that would not only span the LA scene, but also San Francisco, Portland, and Austin.
All right, well, okay, now, first of all, that's crazy talk. But if we were to do such a thing, I mean, as long as we're, orbiting around the Jeff Cannata super black hole, it seems like we ought to pick up Christian Spicer as well and do a track with him or a jam session with him and then orbit out to San Francisco and get all of our friends out in the Bay Area. And then here's the only problem. Justin. you and I are not responsible enough. This will never happen. You and I are going to sit here and talk about doing it, but it's not like we have money coming in where we could drop everything and fly out to all these places to do these recordings, and there's no responsible adult that's going to make sure this stuff happens.
Well, there are three failure points, and one of them is more pronounced than the others. Number one, Brian and I are very long on promises and very low on keeping promises. We have little money. Again, this is podcasting. It's not exactly like we're dripping in honey over here. And three, and really the most important, is that we have nobody that will make sure we are on track to do this. Now, two of those things have been filled. We've been better about keeping promises lately, and we do have money, thanks to patreon.com/Night Attack. But Brian, we have nobody that will keep us on track. We have no producer for this show.
That statement is 100% true as long as you use the past tense of the word have. We had nobody to keep us on task, but using the money that you guys donated at patreon.com/Night Attack, we have hired a producer. It's going to be Bryce Neshcalm Castillo, who's going to keep us on task. We are setting up right now what it's going to take. We're going to book everyone. We're going to make sure that you guys get content right in your face. So much content. You're like, I don't like all the content. I can't breathe. And we're like, shut up. You're going to take all the content. And then it's like, this is getting weird. I'm not comfortable. And then you save the safety word banana. And then we're like, I'm sorry. That got a little fucked up right there. All we ever wanted to do was give you a lot of content. And then we'll kind of weep silently in a corner for a bit.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I have a suggestion.
Jeff, go ahead.
Yes, Jeff.
I think the title of this album should be Failure Points. I think that's
failure points?
Yeah, that's what Justin said. There are 3 failure points. I think that's a great title. Actually.
Justin, Brian, and whoever their guest is.
3 failure points.
Dude, number one, I'm going to get that tattooed on my butt. Number 3, I need to tell everybody that right now, this is an idea so new that Jeff Cannata, who was like, when we were like just bantering with this idea, not but 24 hours ago, we're like, well, we got to get Jeff. Like, that was like, he was like the first name, and he has no idea. The face that Jeff Cannata is showing right now is the face of somebody who is hearing this for the absolute first time, and he was probably like the first person that we wanted to have on there. So, new album. It will be our 4th studio album. We want to record it, but also
we want to do it.
And we ain't like
in studio is the big thing. We've noticed that there's a big difference between, the first album was me and Justin over Skype. You could tell a big difference between Night Attack 1 and Night Attack 2 when we're in studio, and you could tell a big difference, going into Night Attack 3 with the quality of the Belmont tapes. Like, having everyone in studio matters. And one of the things, we're not quite to the personal space goal. We got like $300 more to make that a commitment, but I think we can go ahead and just throw our own shekels in to fly out to LA so that we can record all this stuff, right?
Well, I mean, I'll say this. Whatever anybody wants to give, that's up to them. But I know this, that Brian can come to Oakland. I can come to Austin for a one-time visit. We can both meet in the equidistant point of LA for people who are bad at geography.
I mean, practically is equidistant, all things being said.
And we can record 3 tracks. I will say this, that it would be pretty nice that if we hit that 2,500 personal space goal,
that's right,
we will add to those recording tracks, which we will do in those cities. I mean, it'd be kind of nice if we just found a live little 50 to 200 seater that we could do a live version of us just fucking around and having a good time.
And by the way,
if it was live,
the Bay Area, LA, and Austin, it'd be nice.
And actually, you probably know a little bit about this, right, Jeff? Have you've worked small venues like that? What should we know going into this crazy experiment? Is that possible? Is that outrageous for us to try to get?
You guys want to do it at the UCB Theater or at Nerd Melt?
Are you kidding me?
I mean, listen, Jeff, that sounds like a dream come true. And it's one
it's
that
an easily
might happen if
accomplishable
people
dream,
get
fellas.
us to 2,500 at patreon.com/Night Attack.
Are you kidding me? Now, by the way, don't say the word easily achievable. Say it's a possibly achievable. If only we had the resources.
If there were fewer failure points, it would be so easily achievable.
Fair enough. Oh my God, dude. Doing a show at the UCB or at the Nerd Melt, that would be amazing.
I mean, it'd probably be UCB Sunset. So, like, let's not get all excited.
All right.
Well, that's the only one that I know that I could help with because it's LA and that's where I am.
Yeah.
But,
Way to go, jerk.
No, I'm joking. No, oh my God.
just-
No, it would be an absolute dream for either of those two venues, for which I have seen both the UCB Sunset and the Nerd Melt Theater are places where heroes of mine have played. So,
and by the way, just to pull back the curtain real quick, if we could do the goatsy dance, do the goatsy dance. We're trying to get to that 2,500 mark where we're calling it the personal space, but our real goal is to try to morph everything into a touring live show where we can do the podcast, once a month in a different place all over the United States. That would be really precious to us, and we're awfully close to making that happen. We'd love to.
That's pretty rad. That's pretty rad. Yeah, Christian and I have done shows at both of those places already. He's really the guy that can make that happen. I'm just the guy that knows the guy. But I know the guy. And so, yeah, if you guys hit that number, maybe we can make that happen.
Speaking of which,
you are one failure point away.
Speaking of knowing the guy, Jeff was the first to respond to my all hands tweet in response to Scott Johnson's invitation. Apparently, they're doing a Frog Pants Heroes of the Storm tournament, and I immediately wrote down the 4 names that I would love to have be on a team, and one of them I immediately struck from the record because that guy's an asshole, and I would never have Anthony Carboni on my team. But I would love...
You won't play anyway.
I would love to have Christian Spicer, Jeff Cannata, Justin Robert Young, and OMG Chad. You've played Heroes of the Storm, right, Jeff?
Have I played Heroes of the Storm? I played, I think, 8 games today, and I'm over 600 games in. It's a sickness, man. I can't stop playing Heroes of the Storm.
Okay,
it's all I want to do day and night.
Okay, we've banned ourselves from talking about our Hearthstone addiction on the podcast. But for those who don't...
Yeah, for the record, by the way, I don't play video games. I play Hearthstone, so I'm out.
Wait, really? You're not going to play Heroes of the Storm?
I don't play Heroes of the Storm. I don't play video games. I didn't play video games for Hearthstone. I only play Hearthstone. Get up out my face with this video game bullshit.
Yeah, I know, but...
Nerds!
Okay, but Heroes of the Storm, it's just like Hearthstone, but faster. Like it's card playing. You just click real fast on the cards, and the cards represent points on a map.
Got the same characters. You can
Same
play
characters.
as Jaina Proudmoore. You can play as Uther. You can play as... it's the same characters. It's the
Wait,
same
hold
people.
on. Wait a minute. Because I heard this rumor on the Angry Chicken that you'd be able to get a Hearthstone card back if, like, you played Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, no, you don't have to be a game player. You just have to show up and get the free T-shirt, and then you can wear it, a free card back from then on if you show up in the tourney.
I'm in as long as I need to get the free card back. At that point, I might abandon your team, for the record.
All right.
Brian, don't tell Justin, but we might not want him anyway because it's a team game, and if anybody on the team sucks, we all lose. We don't want anybody that sucks.
Okay, all right. What if? All right, Penny. Penny's been playing for a while. My 11-year-old daughter.
Yeah. I'll take her over Justin any day of the week.
Okay. Why don't we let Justin say he'll be on the team, and who's to say who's playing Justin's account?
All right. That sounds excellent. I like that plan. Okay, I'm glad Justin will just be cool, and he'll never know.
All
he
right.
made the
Hey,
deal.
guys, listen. I have an idea.
Yeah.
What if I renamed myself Penny Brushwood legally? And then I played Heroes of the Storm.
Fair enough, man. I think that'll be great. I think
I'll tell you what. I think that it is super rad, and I think that you guys will do amazing. I will probably not play, but you guys will have a great time, and Diamond Club will be well represented.
Heck yeah, dude. Well, stuff it in the face of those frog pants. Oh, those people wearing pants that are frogs. You're not people, you're frogs.
Why are you wearing pants,
All right, well,
frogs?
listen, let's actually get down to the fucking reason why we're here.
Yeah.
Jeff,
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard this, man. Since the last time you were on this show,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
people have been clamoring for one thing and one thing only. Brian, for the first time appropriately, can you play the sounder?
Yeah, man, it's time for Cannatadome. Now, I talked to Justin earlier today, and it was sort of an audible. We didn't actually have 100% clue what we were going to do tonight. I mean, we always have a master plan, but it's like, Justin, which of our intricately planned, from our menagerie of plans we were about to choose, and then all of a sudden I hear that you're available, and it's like, well, why don't we do the intricately planned Jeff Cannata episode that we had ready for the contingency that Jeff Cannata was ever in our history available on a Tuesday night.
I think it's admirable how you guys actually make it look so casual and off the cuff with all the planning that you do.
Fair enough.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what. You think that we were out here drinking all day.
Oh, man, that's crazy talk, man. I wouldn't know. This awkward pause. Take two. This awkward.
No, I'll tell you what. When you both chug at the same time, it should be a prize.
These awkward prawns brought to you by booze.
Here's the deal. Cannatadome, an ancient tradition for which we honor here on this show, in which we dedicate an 8-team tournament and decide who is the best. However, we don't just pick it by way of who's going to fight the best, who's going to argue the best. No. Hell no. We pick 8 of the finest combatants and have random challenges in each and every one of the tournament steps.
So, and basically, when you say random, I mean, in other words, if you're not fighting and you're not arguing, how else can two combatants face off against each other?
Hell yeah, man. So what we've done here is we have taken 8 characters from this summer's movie season, and we are challenging them to compete against each other. And ultimately, there was only one judge, Brian.
Well, it's got to be the titular.
It's God.
It's
God.
Yeah,
who
but
judges
then
all.
Through him, Cannata speaks.
That's true. There is one truly one and only oh God, and Cannata is his prophet, is something a less intelligent comedian would say. All right, who are our combatants?
Brian, if you just go ahead and load up the doc, the Night Attack doc.
Oh my God.
The way that we're going to do this, because both you and I will argue against each other for each person's cause.
Sure.
However, it'd be unfair if I had set up who was arguing against who and what they were arguing against. Mm-hmm. So the way this will go is, Brian, you choose the combatants and who you would like to argue for, and then I will introduce to you the argument for which we will have.
Okay, here we go.
I lost you there, but I'm good. I'm back.
Okay, don't worry. All you got to do, God, is just tell me which one is the best at the end of the argument.
All right. So our first our first face-off. This is a big one. This is Ultron versus Imperator Furiosa.
Oh.
All right,
wow.
now
that's tense.
Those are look. We're starting off hard. It's Imperator Furiosa versus Ultron.
I think it's Imperator, but yeah.
Wait,
keep going.
Look, you know what? I'm going to represent Imperator Furiosa.
Now, by the way, Brian, you can select. Those are the two that are listed next to each other, but you can select any of the other.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm going to put pause on Imperator Furiosa. Imperator, sorry, God.
Imperator.
We'll do Ultron versus
Cannata.
We'll do Ultron versus the T-800. How about that?
All right, Ultron versus the T-800.
Yeah.
A double android battle.
That's right.
In the first round.
I hate seeing robot
and
on
I am
robot
going
violence.
to say that they are battling against each other in who can compellingly explain a 9/11 conspiracy theory.
All right.
Who would you like to argue for?
I'm gonna represent the T800.
The third tower went down. It went down in the flames. It's all the things and all these people and this and that.
I'm gonna represent the T800.
Damn it, God! You're stealing all of Brian's jokes for this segment.
Sorry.
All right, shall we begin with Ultron making? And again, the challenge is to convince what?
To compellingly explain a 9/11 conspiracy theory.
Okay, not the actual fact of 9/11, which
No,
ironically...
just explain to somebody at a party what a 9/11 conspiracy theory is.
Got it.
So, Ultron would probably say something like, well, that it would be the first time that steel burned at 800 degrees.
It's good. It's good. To which the T800 would say, there's only one conspiracy. It was 9 Muslims that took over planes and crashed them into buildings. They conspired to make a point to Western civilization.
I don't know what's worse, like your conspiracy theory about 9/11 or your Schwarzenegger accent.
It is called the truth. Look it up in the phone book. I am the T800.
No, just keep going. The rest of the show is just you doing Schwarzenegger accent.
I have a neural network CPU, and I'm afraid it is obvious that only these 9 people, funded by Al-Qaeda, they took advantage of a weak security system in Western America or whatever in America, and they burned down whatever.
Okay, a god.
You know what?
Who wins, Ultron or the T800?
If someone asks the T800 if he's a truther, he would of course say, "It's not a truther." Right?
That's exactly what I would have said.
I found the T800's argument wildly incoherent.
Wait, what? The fucking truth. What part of the wait?
I'm going with Ultron.
God,
Hey!
he's over.
Oh, I'm right
Yeah, Ultron. God damn it. He's like, what's the point of being right if some asshole liar on the internet just fucks everything up? I will do shitty movies and
I
be
feel
governor.
like that is a correct answer and a vote against comedy. All right.
Normally, I would feel uncomfortable being referred to as God, but I've lived my whole life knowing that if someone asks you if you're a god,
you say yes.
Yes.
Fair enough. All right, so
Brian,
I got
please
boiled.
select not only the 2 new competitors, but which one you would like to represent.
Man, let me real quick find the document again because for some idiotic... Oh, I'm sorry, it's over here. Okay. We've got Ethan Hunt from the
Mission
Impossible versus... Man, I feel like if I'm gonna go for type, let's get the better of class. Fat Amy, is that the chick from Spy?
No, that would be Fat Amy from the Pitch Perfect series.
I don't know anything about it.
It would be Rebel Wilson, the fat British lady from the Pitch Perfect series.
Let's do this.
Can't wait to hear your Rebel Wilson impression.
Hold on. You know what? I'm going to do an audible here. I'm going to go with Ethan Hunt versus The Rock. Ethan Hunt.
Please explain, because I wrote out a whole thing.
What do you mean? Oh, I'm sorry. Ethan Hunt versus The Rock from San Andreas and Fast and Furious, and doesn't really fucking matter because he's the same fucking character in both. Yes. Good point. Good point, sir.
All right. And they will compete. So Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible versus The Rock from both Fast and the Furious and San Andreas, competing against each other in Jello wrestling. Why does Ethan Hunt win, Brian?
Oh my
Jello
God.
wrestling.
I'll tell you why Ethan Hunt wins is because he's lithe and he's fast and he's thought all this before you. When you open your mind to what it's like to know what Ethan Hunt knows. Now, stop. Do not interrupt me here because you haven't read what I've read about Ethan Hunt. Ethan Hunt's knowledge of the ability to wrestle in Jello would turn you to butter. Ethan Hunt will take down The Rock.
Oh my
Wow.
God! Your Schwarzenegger is inverse to your Cruise. Like as shitty as you are at Arnold, you are that good at fucking Tom Cruise. I'll tell you what, I tap out. The Rock taps out. He taps out. Tom Cruise.
No.
I'm sorry.
God will not allow it. God, I want to see a Rock impression, especially somebody that knows wrestling
so here
like
we
you.
go. The Rock says, if you, Ethan Hunt, and your Rudy Poo candy ass thinks that you are going to take down the people's champion, The Rock, then you have something else coming to you. Yes, you have yet to smell what The Rock is cooking in every single movie that he plays, because he plays about 7 movies a year and 4 of them come out during the summer because that's when kids are out of school.
I mean, I got to admit, he made a more compelling argument. I feel like I would go see The Rock's movie.
As God, I'm gonna have to go with anybody who's gonna tell me that I turned to butter. Can't argue with butter.
Yes! Hail Xenu. Right on, man. Okay, so now, next up.
I feel wait, let's put a real quick pause here.
Yeah.
I feel like, because I've done a lot. Like, we've known each other,
So
6 years, right? Where we've been trying to, write bits on the internet.
We're coming up on our 7-year anniversary, yeah.
Like at some point, Brian and I got together and said, "Hey, you want to know what we both like afternoon radio, drive time radio that is very bit heavy. We both like to write radio bits." I feel like I've failed as a human being, that this is the first time I have asked you to do a Tom Cruise impression, because this is fucking gold that we've sat on. Like, I feel like I am just like the Beverly Hillbillies. I threw a stone and a fucking gusher just appeared.
Black Gold, Texas Tea. All right, let's do this. Let's do Ant-Man versus Johnny Storm.
Oh shit! Comic division.
Yeah.
The late summer comic division.
Yeah.
The we don't know if these movies will make money comic division.
Yeah. No, that's right. That's right.
All right. Well, which one do you want?
If I pick Johnny Storm, I have to portray a black person.
No, you
right?
don't. No, you don't.
No?
You can just be a person.
Okay,
They're all just
a
people.
person. Okay, all right. I don't want to be offensive in how I portray.
You do Johnny Storm and I'll do Ant-Man, all right?
Okay, but then you'd be portraying a small person. Are you sure you could pull that off? Because I've seen your
Cannata
Tyrion
stood next to me. I'm
Lannister.
pretty small.
I see. Okay, all right, that's fine.
They prefer ant people.
All right, you play the ant person. I'll play the
all
fire
right, so
person.
you play Johnny Storm.
Okay, right, got it. What's the situation?
Oh, by the way, the contest is raising 3 kids in Austin, Texas.
All right. Boy, I just realized that anything I say is going to be viewed through a lens now. All right, you ready? Hello, my name is Johnny Storm. I'm the father of 3 daughters.
You still got a lens, Brian.
And I've for the last 15 years made my living by entertaining other people with my inimitable display of manipulation of fire. In fact, the concept of fire eating is as old as history itself. As far back as the ancient Greek tragedy Medea, references are made to holding a bar of red-hot iron in one's hands in order to, oh God, I can't remember my own fucking act. in order to prove innocence or sincerity. So anyway, vote for the guy who actually has 3 kids and actually manipulates fire.
Johnny Storm.
Storm.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
No, Johnny Storm, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, this is weird because, it was right up Brian's alley, and you love dancing with insects. So it's like these were written for you guys.
Indeed. All right, so here we go. This is me arguing as Ant-Man for raising 3 kids in Austin, Texas. Ain't you never seen these red ants walking like this? Meanwhile, black ants be walking like this. Anyway, I raised 3 kids in Austin, Texas. Peace, y'all. That's my time.
Hold on. I don't want to speak for God, but I just feel like I need to throw this out there. Oh shit, it won't play. Fuck. We're gonna hear some random congratulatory music, and when it does, I want you to know this is what I was hearing in my. There it is. Oh my God. All right, Jesus.
Here's what I don't like about that. You neglected to say spoiler before the Ant-Man script that you just revealed to everybody. I mean, come on. I want to enjoy that movie. I don't want to know exactly how it comes down.
By the way, this is too close to home, God. The fact that, like, I wouldn't put it past you to have not seen a single trailer. Look at me in the eye.
I haven't.
Have you seen a single trailer of this movie?
No, I'm unsullied.
God damn it.
Wait, hold on, wait. You haven't seen the trailer where Paul Rudd goes on Comic View and does a routine about black ants and red ants?
Man, a principal. It was like Justin whipped out fucking kryptonite. All of a sudden, the antimatter, the earbuds were out of Jeff's ear, and he backed away like, fucking motherfucker, don't you cross this line. That was amazing.
It takes a lot of work to remain unsullied.
All right, God, well, where you at? Do you believe that Johnny Storm was better at raising 3 kids in Austin, Texas, or the Ant-Man?
I think that I think Brian cheated by using his act.
Yeah.
And you know what? God likes a cheater, so I'm going with Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
All right, which means we're down to the last 2 characters. We got Fat Amy from Pitch Perfect 2, and we have Imperator Furiosa, thank you, God. Always pronounce it the way God pronounces it. I'll tell you what, I have not seen any of the Pitch Perfect movies, so I'm going to go with Imperator Furiosa.
Okay. And the challenge is keeping someone's interest about professional wrestling for more than 2.5 minutes.
All right, I guess we'll... Motherfucker. Stacking that deck, are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that the last challenge was raising 3 kids in Austin, Texas.
By the way, real quick, I want to point out that Google, I just typed in the word timer, and Google has a timer ready to go. And I could just, how long is it? 2 minutes, 30?
No, by the way, you don't have to do it for 2.5 minutes. Like this is just a simulation of what 2.5 minutes would sound like when somebody was trying to talk to you about professional wrestling. Oh, wait, by the way, who are you representing?
I'm Imperator Furiosa.
Okay.
Which is why I'm looking intently at you.
Okay.
And then I show my mechanical arm, flex it a couple times, and then I lock in the fucking driving wheel, and then I just look over at you angrily. I keep driving. And what I'm trying to emote is that this is what it's like when people are wrestling. It's a battle of wills. But you just have to read that into my performance. And then I look over you, I squint. Maybe growl a little. And then some hot-ass chicks do some shit behind me, and bullets fly. And then I'm like, And then I show you my middle hand again. I'm Imperator Furiosa. Thank you. That's my time.
More of an interpretive dance, really. Than anything else.
Look, I mean, you work with what you're given, right? What about you, Justin? What do you got?
All right, so I'm representing Fat Amy, Rebel Wilson from the Pitch Perfect series, and I bet you I would probably say something like, "Anyway, I'm fat."
That does seem a lot like wrestling.
I'm a real American. Fight for the right of every man.
What? Is she British?
Yes. I think she's Australian? Australian.
Is she?
I think so. Oh, man, you guys. I don't know about this one.
By the way, I feel like God understands it was a mistake to save the 2 female contestants for the last.
I think so. I think I'm going to go with Rebel Wilson.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Fat
because you used your words, and I like it when you use your words.
I look at you, and I sort of just show my middle hand again.
Yeah. She did talk in that movie, you know.
All right. Well, here we go. That means we move on to our second round. It is Ultron versus Ethan Hunt, and the competition is...
Oh, my God.
Get a cab in New York City.
All right. Who do you want to go first, God?
Let's go. God, you going first. Let's have Justin go first.
All right.
Well, as who?
Ultron.
All right. Ultron would stand on the corner of 34th and Broadway and say, "Hi, it's me, Ultron. Can't get a cab here. It's not like I'm made of black metal, right?
Whoa.
I make witty comments. I'm Ultron. You might have expected me to be serious, but I make jokes that borderline inappropriate for my point. I'm Ultron. I'm wittier than you think. I'm sorry. You can follow my Twitter until I quit it.
2 questions. Why does Ultron have those lips? And why is he so racist?
Because vibranium comes from Africa.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's true. It does.
Sorry, motherfucker. Check the goddamn map on where Wakanada is.
God damn it.
The Cannatadome is here.
All right.
I want you to picture Ethan Hunt walks over, sort of pushes Ultron off to the side, and he turns around and he faces the crowd, and he says, "You're all here. You're all here because you want a cab, don't you? You want to ascend and get somewhere better in your life. Don't you see? It's right there. All you have to do is embrace the technology. This tech will make possible your ability to summon cabs, not just here in the human plane, but literally for the rest of eternity. All I need you to do is sign this billion-year contract, and together all of us will summon cabs forever." And then he turns around and he holds up his hand and says, I'm white, and all the cabs just show up.
God is not pleased with the racism overtones, guys.
The racial overtones, God, not racist overtones. We're just acknowledging that it exists.
Still in the hunt.
Woo!
Yeah, get on that couch.
Totally jumped on the couch for all the audio listeners.
All right, that leaves us with Johnny Storm versus Fat Amy in the competition of becoming like really good friends with Jenny McCarthy.
Who should go first, God?
I would like to see. Johnny Storm go first, please.
All right, here we go. Yo, man. See that kid who's got autism? I mean, I ain't no scientist, but I bet that's from vaccines, yo. In fact, I bet that if you were to ask a little more questions. So anyway, I was looking at you at Playboy the other day, and man, you used to be hot. I'm Johnny Storm. Thank you.
Johnny Storm.
That's my time.
Johnny Storm knows hot. Am I right? Am I right?
Oh shit! No, I know hot. I'm Johnny Storm, and you are very attractive. But you're married to that rubber-nosed comedian face guy. Good night.
Not anymore.
Oh, wait. They got divorced?
Pretty sure.
Did she divorce herself from her idiotic idea that vaccines cause autism?
Yes, she actually
likely
did.
not. Which brings
I
us
think she did,
to
actually.
Wait, she did?
Fatty.
Hold- wait, wait,
Recounted that, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
She recanted? What
Yeah.
did she say?
She fucking ruined the minds of many people and then went, I fucked up. Oops.
Oh, my God.
She said, I'm sorry, but the fact that vaccines cause autism just got singled out. And then they walked out, and it was really embarrassing. Chris Hardwick yelled about it.
Kids, ask your parents what singled out is.
Yeah, no shit. All right, Justin, Fat Amy.
Fat Amy said, I mean, Jenny McCarthy, so pretty. I'm so fat. I'm just trying to say all my comedy comes from being fat.
Oh. I'm going the fat chick.
Mac in the chat room says, oh my God, it's like she's really there.
So we're down to Fat Amy versus Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt
the century.
versus Fat Amy
For the
here
championship
in
here.
the finals.
All right, and the final trick is, what are we doing?
Now, by the way, God, I'm gonna give you a choice of what our final challenge is, because I wrote a bunch of them. It can either be running a triathlon,
Oh,
God damn it.
like it.
working a day shift at Applebee's, and walking with more than $150,
All right.
chugging, hitting a professional curveball.
That's a curveball that really has some life goals.
Yeah, no, I mean like one that is tired of settling.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Being the best friend in a romantic comedy starring former President Richard Milhouse Nixon, or assuming the role of Russian president.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go triathlon. Let's go triathlon. I think.
All right,
I
who
think
goes
that
first?
favors Ethan Hunt, but I'll be
I
honest.
feel
Go
like
ahead.
Fat Amy should go first.
Yeah, let's
yeah.
go. Let's go, Amy.
All right, here we go. Fat Amy.
All right, here we
Big
go.
boned
This
Amy.
is actually what it would sound like if Fat Amy was trying to run a triathlon. Oh my God, I'm trying to run a triathlon right now. I guess I'm feeling really good. I have a lot of confidence because all my comedy comes from a fat person having confidence. Okay, here I go. And then she falls down on her face. And everyone laughs. The world laughs.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Ethan Hunt, however.
She's like, does anybody want to run a monoathlon? Anyway, go ahead.
God, this is why people believe in you.
Are we ready? Are we ready? Just say,
All
God, look, director, I'm going to need you to say go. So give me an action
And
cue. Whoa! Yeah! Triathlon! Tom Cruise.
whoa.
Brian just took that all the way.
You know-
We're starting to potty train the baby.
I
We know
wish
this
that I had
part
the
is-
fucking Brian, play the goddamn belly music, the belly clap music. Play it right now. I don't
shit.
give a fuck what God says.
I mean, that's what
God.
Ethan Hunt would do. He would take it to 11 instantly. He would do an amazing thing. I mean, I
Penis
don't
on the
know.
camera. Penis on the camera. I don't know who won, but I can say we all lost.
No truer words have been spoken. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the most recent and final edition of the Cannatadome.
Oh, Cannata, there it is. Woo, made it just in time. Holy crap, man. I'm going to keep the camera on you for just 10 seconds longer.
Well, that's because Brian, and for those of you who are listening via audio, what happened is that Brian took off his shirt and ran as fast as he can. It was an amazing situation that I'm sure you're going to be able to see on YouTube because people are going to put it up as Brian being the best ever.
Bonnie realizes what she married. The whole thing that I was thinking of, I was trying to think of a non-Scientology trope from what's his name, Tom Cruise.
Oh, wait, hold on, wait, no, Brian. Yeah, you were. You're thinking a non-Scientology trope, which is the funniest thing that anyone's ever seen, and that was fucking amazing.
Okay,
you are fucking really funny. That was great.
Fair enough.
Here's what we do need to know. Jeff, what's going on, man? Like, you've been fucking killing it, not only on We Have Concerns, which continues to build into a frightening crescendo that will one day end the world, but also you cover movies every week on the Slash Film podcast.
I do, and I also talk video games on the DLC podcast over there on the 5x5 network. So those are my three current ongoing shows, but I'm also, acting and doing what I can to continue to make a living.
By the way, is there anything on the acting side of things that you can tip to us? Because I know that when you do a thing, oftentimes you have to keep it secret, and then you only get to announce it once it's released, and then you just have to casually say, like, oh, by the way, I'm on this week's blank in the background or whatever.
I wish I had something awesome to reveal here on Night Attack. I would do that. I would use this platform to do that. I'm in a commercial right now. There's a Dodge commercial running that people might see me in. But what just happened in this town of ours, this Los Angeles, is that they had the pilot season. And then the pilot season happens, and then the whole place shuts down for a month.
It's a ghost town.
Yeah. So and then it goes to upfronts, and then then episodic season will start up again, and hopefully I'll be getting some roles.
What is it like? I mean,
wait, why are we focusing on the crazy, dodgy, fucking suicide world of acting roles instead of the amazing podcast fucking things that people love you for that are listening right now?
No, that's true. I think Justin is trying to say which of your podcasts is your favorite and which one do you like the least.
Interesting. I'm having call ended.
No, that's
he doesn't want to hear that.
No, he's calling back. He
does
we'll
not want to hear that.
Can you blame him? Whoever wants to hear one of their heroes admit which children he would bury in the desert if he could get away with it. No, I do not intend to make you answer that question. But tell me this. In a post, by the way, one of our last week on the pre-show, one of the submissions was the Take That video from the Totally Rad Show days, which man, I'm almost tempted to play right now.
It's not my proudest moment.
It's maybe one of my favorite moments for you. Like, your commitment to the bit is unreal and next level. It's a recreation of the what movie? Something Witch.
Teen Witch?
Teen Witch, yeah, Teen Witch, where you're playing the super dope fresh guy, the love interest guy.
What I hope you had submitted to you, although I suspect it is not that, is the video that we did for our DVD release back in the day, which actually showed it side by side with the actual video so that you could see that we really did a shot-for-shot recreation of it.
Can we break that down? Can I just put out to the chat room if somebody can get that for me? I would love to see that because I have not seen that, and I did not know it was saved for the DVD only. I don't know if we've ever talked about this on the show, but like, you guys and watching Totally Rad Show is kind of the reason that Scam School became a Revision 3 program. Because, Well, because at the time I had this idea for Scam School and I pitched it to a number of places. Sony said no, full stop, on Crackle, and that hurt my feelings. Revision 3 said maybe, and then also on networks, which nobody has heard of, said maybe. On networks, I looked at their stuff. Their stuff was in HD, and they had a show called Food Science with Dr. Kiki Sanford. Right?
Yeah. Never heard of her.
Yeah, right. And so I was like, oh wow, there's something to this. But then I looked at Revision 3, which at the time didn't have an HD player or whatever, but I did end up watching my first episode of the Totally Rad Show, and there was something about it, especially with your cold open skits. I believe the first one that I saw was doing a parody of Austin Powers bit, and I just dug it, and I was like, man, I would love to be in the same clubhouse as these guys, and I don't know, I watched, and to be honest, like one of my top. When Scam School launched, I remember like full on getting hearts aflutter when I got an email from Dan Trachtenberg saying, "Hey, just wanted you to know that I'm absolutely loving what you're doing with Scam School." And it was
That's
like,
cool.
Ever since then, you guys have been my favorite.
So what he's trying to say is, why didn't you email him after Scam School launched? Because he was really
Dan's
waiting
the nice
for it,
one,
and you fucked him
evidently.
over.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Evidently, Dan's the considerate.
Here we go. Wait. Oh, sorry.
God.
There we go.
Oh boy. This is terrifying. Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's side by side.
Can we real quick? I don't think Bonnie is familiar with either Teen Witch or this shot-for-shot representation you guys are doing. Can we get
by the way, I am not familiar. I've actually never. I was not, and if I might make an embarrassing admission, I was not a TRS watcher, so I have never seen this, and I've never seen Teen Witch.
So Teen Witch is in the bottom right corner, and we're obviously in the. So that's the actual footage from the actual Teen Witch, which is just as ridiculous, honestly, as what we're doing. But it was a big movie in the '80s that a lot of people know well, but it was stupid, as a lot of '80s things were.
And specifically, this clip made the rounds of like, OMG, this is so bad and dumb. Let's all laugh at the artistic efforts of somebody who came before us, and so after it had had its run. You guys, now, whose idea was it to go back and recreate this abominable?
This was Dan's. This was Dan's idea. Dan was a big fan of this movie, but we every episode for the first 2 years of TRS, every episode started with us. It's hard to even describe what we would do because we had a lot of internal debate as to how it was actually done, but. It wasn't a recreation necessarily all the time. It was more like we took the word-for-word script of a scene without any cuts or edits, and we brought it into our world. It was as if we were saying these lines and making them work for what we were doing in our life.
Who you were, and the characters that everybody who knew you on the podcast knew you as.
Well, and the perfect version of that is they used the actual script from Indiana Jones for the very first episode where they were trading, Ready Whip for a DVD of American Idol, and there's this moment he says, "Throw me the whip, I'll throw you the idol," and then he throws the Ready Whip, he catches it, and he goes, "See you later, Dr. Jones," or whatever, and then doesn't do it. So in this case, this is a recreation of. All right, Bonnie, describe for the audio listeners what you're seeing right now.
Oh God.
Oh, I see some gentlemen. They're looking at a boom box. Oh, and a very handsome man. With a very
dancing like an
bright
idiot. So this is
shirt
we
and
didn't do the
tank
two
top.
girls. So yeah, there we go. So now you see like the shot in the bottom.
Oh,
I'm doing a
look
pretty
at
good
this
job,
jazz
right?
hands.
All right, keep going.
Let's go back the other way.
No, just go up and talk to him.
Yeah, he even did the hand gesture.
I'm so embarrassed. Look how funky he is. I'll never be hip.
All right, describe, Bonnie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Jeff was popping in. Okay, there's some sexy dancing. It's beat bopping back and forth, 80s style. Oh, he's looking at one of the other guys is looking at his necklace longingly. Oh wait, the jam box is starting to.
She's doing magic stuff.
Yeah,
she's doing
bitch
some magic
stuff.
stuff with her necklace. What happens to the jam box? Oh,
Now
wait.
she's gonna rap. Here comes Dan.
And now we got one of the girls rapping too. Oh, off comes the gentleman's shirt. And they're like rapping at each other. Which allergy could appreciate.
By the way, I love the abject skepticism on Jeff's face. Like,
Yeah.
don't bring that shit in.
Wait, hold on. all right, this is the first time I've ever seen this, but however, having the backstory that this was Dan Trachtenberg's not only idea, but also his jam, like that he liked Teen Witch. I have no idea why we are throwing even a fucking iota of shade Jeff Cannata's way when this is obviously just a bizarre fucking fetish that Trachtenberg got to live out on this podcast.
By the way, dude, he fucking brings it, dude. He's committed to the bit here.
Oh, they're circling each other. Justin just kind of blew my mind there. I don't know. It's really kind of.
It's a rap battle.
I know,
It is.
but y'all are strangely like turning me on with your,
With their
like sexually charged rap battle there.
Top that.
No, you want to know what? I refuse to even come close to fucking shaming Cannata for that. This is really, if anything, especially considering the fact that Trachtenberg has now become a viable director in Hollywood, he deserves not only fucking direct fucking blame and shame for each and every frame of that, but also any extra fucking like element that time adds on to it.
dude.
You know, Justin, we did 100 of these, over 100 of them, and there's a whole lot of bad, embarrassing stuff that we did. Dan, there's shots of Dan with soap in his mouth from A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying, and listen, they might all be embarrassing to watch, right? They might all feature you guys doing embarrassing things. However,
like a really-
and I suspect this because he is a director and he was the one who probably shot a fair amount of them, along with our Albrecht, who has done the directing stuff. I don't know how many that you directed yourself, but that is just like you. Like there is a thin line between you telling your friends no. You're fucking the enemy of He-Man, and I'm He-Man, and that's why we're stripping down to our underwear, right? Like there is.
I mean, that was the concept of the show, right? The
Fucking
Totally Rad show was
emblazoned
like
that you're shamed for that.
it was naked fandom, naked joyous love reverie of nerdy shit. That was the raison d'etre of our show, man. The most embarrassing thing for me is that I'm like 30 pounds heavier in that video than I am now.
Than you are now, yeah.
Aww.
So I don't like seeing that.
Speaking of losing weight or whatever, you did. You did your first triathlon, right? How did it go?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Awesome. I got into cycling, which I'd never gotten into before. I know you're doing another one, right? You're doing your second?
No, we just did.
Oh, you just did. Congratulations.
Yeah, we tried to. Well, they canceled the swim portion, but I managed to rope Bonnie into it. And by the way, on the great list of problems, we ended up threading the stone needle on that one because the reason for the cancellation of the swim was that there was there's logs like floating in a current where it's dangerous.
Right. So you're a pussy.
Yes. The same flood.
Well, that basically, 48 hours ago, they said it turns out there's too many pussies in Austin. And specifically, there's a massive pussy circling
That's what I heard.
in North
That's
Austin.
what I heard.
God damn it.
Read between the lines.
So the hang on, let me see if I can find it. Bonnie, but here's the important thing is that Bonnie, I managed to talk Bonnie into trying her first ever Olympics distance triathlon, and so while we did it, I like moments, like minutes before we started. I knew that you couldn't have earbuds in, you couldn't listen to music or whatever, but during the orientation, they mentioned specifically that it was because, for safety reasons. And I was like, well, if it's for safety reasons, then is there a reason we can't have our phone on our bikes? Because I don't have a speedometer, I don't have a GPS, I usually use my phone for all that stuff. So I asked right beforehand, I was like, oh, can I use my phone? And the guy's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so I was like, great. So I put it on, and then and we're about to start the bike race, and I was like, well, why can't I just press glimpse? So I pressed glimpse, and I made some comment on Twitter about periscoping, and so and sure enough, people are like, oh, that'd be great if you periscoped or whatever. And so there we go. And so I glimpsed the whole thing, and that was great. And then I periscoped actually the ending I don't know if I can find it here. I don't know if it's oh shit, here it is. But here's the important part is that I want you to watch just real quick. This is the ending. This is Bonnie crossing the finish line of oh wait, first it's me doing my nonsense. And oh, here we go.
Go, Bonnie, go, Bonnie, go, Bonnie, go!
Hey, that's
The whole
awesome.
internet's cheering for you.
And then what's funny is because they got everything robot controlled, the dude, like Bonnie came down the last strip herself, and there was nobody else to compete for attention.
Finish like a champion.
And listen
Oh,
to
look
this.
at her go. Nice. Finishing strong.
Bringing the pain, it's Bonnie Brushwood.
That just totally cracked me up. I was like,
Great.
This is the reason I'm bringing this up is because Bonnie had the perfect insight on this. She realized that a triathlon is the extrovert's perfect event because it's like working out, but the whole world shows up to clap for you the entire time that you work out.
It was
Oh, yeah.
amazing. And especially being a chick, there were like women power girls stationed throughout.
Yes.
They're like, you go, girl. And they were ringing bells for all the women. And I was just like, thank you. Thank you.
Best, right? They have in the LA Marathon, and I'm assuming a lot of marathons, and maybe even your triathlon, when you get your bib, they print your name on your bib. So random strangers will be like, Jeff, go, buddy.
Oh,
you
that's
can do it."
brilliant.
Aw.
That's great. Well, and so specifically, like they also have photographers placed around because they want to sell you. I don't know if you know, but there's a lot of white people that do triathlons. And I
Did you
honestly,
pick up on that?
I
You know
did.
that it's mostly white.
And-
little,
I don't know,
little
just
bit.
Mostly
In
40-year-olds.
Austin, Texas?
Dude,
Yeah.
if you're over 30 and white, I'm surprised you're not at the Capital of Texas Triathlon. But I want you to see, these are the photos that came in for Bonnie, and there's not a single one
Nice.
where she's not smiling.
Aw,
It
that's
is-
awesome.
It is like the happiest day of her life.
I look like 5.
That's wonderful. Are you kidding? That's great.
She's smiling in every single one. I don't know.
I
It just
love it.
really made me.
I love that.
I
That's
felt,
amazing.
I felt like totally like a 10-year-old for reals. It was so much fun. It was so much fun to like ride around on bikes downtown and not get squished by a car. It was amazing.
It turns out like that's the only thing that she was worried about with cars is fucking
Yeah.
getting run over.
Yeah,
Legit.
you know. Well, man, Texas be mean about bicyclers.
Oh, dude.
There's like a bunch of minivan moms that like to. They're all complaining about you riding a bike in the along the roads. So they
Yeah.
take pictures of you while they're driving their car, and they're also Facebooking it while they're driving the car, complaining about you being on the road. So it's like.
Classic white
Wait,
people.
does that happen?
Yeah,
This-
like
You?
about once a week, somebody's complaining on
Yeah,
the
no,
Facebook
that's
feed.
that's true.
all like,
Sounds to me like if some empowered rapper who was socially conscious had an opportunity to write a track about what these bitches are like, it seems like the.
I think we might have a new a new.
I mean, I'm just
we
saying.
might have a new track, so to speak.
All right, so that's the pinky promise.
That's
Is next
awesome.
week Bonnie will have a diss tracks for people who don't like her riding her bike. MC allergy. What else? Anything else going on, Justin? What else we got?
No, that was it. Pretty much. Oh, Diamond Time.
Oh shit, son! Go to diamondclub.reddit.com. Diamond Time is where you can have your stuff shouted out. If you go to diamondclub.reddit.com, we'll take the top 3 voted every single week, and the first one comes from JF Debut. It says, "Hey guys, wouldn't it be cool if one of us won a contest? Hey, I'm one of you, and I'm in a contest. Why not help me? I'm doing the Ink Shares thing, and if you go up and pre-order my book, The Life Engineered, you'll be getting a neat sci-fi book about robots, but also making sure the Diamond Club is part of one more cool thing. Who knows, if this works out, I might be able to shoehorn a reference to the Diamond Club into the sequel. It's my book, and they're my robots, damn it. I'll do what I want." Go to jfdebeau, that's DUBEAU.com/books to learn how you can pre-order my book for free. That's from JF Debeau.
Next one comes in from Andrew J.L. Leather. He writes, hi, I've been in need of your support to go independent, become self-employed. Andrew J.L. Leather is my business, and I started it at andrewjl.com. I've been making custom leather cigar cases and pipe tobacco accessories for 3 years and I'm trying to get some more exposure to further my business. The most requested items are cigar cases. I can put about any logo, design, or text into leather. My cigar cases are Spanish cedar line and hold up to 60 ring gauge cigars. Cigar cases are attached with a cutter and lighter pockets and also are available. You can see samples of what I've done in the past at andrewjl.com, and then there's a bunch of links here in the Reddit. I mean, tell you what, I mean, if I were somebody who was, interested enough to put in a thing on Diamond Time, I might, maybe give a little promo to somebody who smokes cigars on the podcast here in Oakland, California. Just saying.
Just saying. Hey, man, we also have the Weekly Bleep. Howdy, do you love movies and fear North Korea? What sex secrets was Osama bin Laden hiding in his Pakistani love shack? Join two fellow Diamond Clubbers on the Weekly Bleep podcast at the www.theweeklybleep.com. By the way, I don't know about you, Justin, but I've really enjoyed, all of my friends having projects, being able to point them over to diamondclub.reddit.com as a place where all of this community can shout out their awesome projects.
Hell yeah, man. Head on over there. diamondclub.reddit.com or reddit.com/r/diamondclub is where you can shout out no matter what you want. Of course, on Diamond Time, but also in general. If you just want to let Diamond Club, if you are, into something rad, go ahead and check it out.
Dude, we got a random call on the line. Random caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
I would like to thank Jeff Cannata. Jeff Cannata, where can people find you?
Easiest place is on Twitter. I'm at Jeff Cannata with 2 N's and 1 T. You can listen to my video game show at 5x5.tv/DLC. You can listen to my film show at /filmcast.com. And my comedy science show is at wehaveconcerns.com.
Oh, yeah. Tell you what.
I would say We Have Concerns is something that everybody needs to take a moment in their lives, take a pause and listen to. It is one of my favorite podcasts. And
Thanks, man.
I think you guys, you and Carboni are just an exceptional team, and everybody should pay attention to it. And also, if you are at Nerdtacular, man, I don't want to sell tickets to Nerdtacular, but I don't know if there's even any left, but
we're going to be there.
Concerns is going to be there.
Yeah.
Night Attack is going to be there.
Dude, the Justin Robert Young one-man show, dude. I'm super stoked.
So this is
and you should check out the
place.
Justin Robert Young episode of We Have Concerns, which was a blast. It was our first ever guest episode, and you can still find that at wehaveconcerns.com. It was so awesome having you on the show, man.
Tell you what, dude, it fit like a glove. As a matter of fact, your friend of mine, Spearman Nitrate, animated it. You saw that, right?
I did.
And by the way, somebody else is animating like kind of like 8-bit style the rest of your other stuff?
Well, we have 2 so far. We have put in our Patreon a tier for animation. We want to have animation as a regular part monthly of our show, and yeah, we love it. We did a bit about getting all of the worst serial killers ever, shrinking them down and putting them into your skull so they'll kill your cancer.
Fair enough.
Cancer Killers Tumor Squad, and that was animated by Ben Wesselrick, who is amazing and awesome.
Dude, awesome. Real quick, before we wrap up, we got to check in on the Movie Draft
Minute.
Minute.
To your Movie Draft Minute presented by CosmicRadio.tv for the week of May 25th, 2015. I'm your host, Roberto Villegas. Man, if you ask me, the exciting parts of this draft right now are first and second place. Let's go check out the scoreboard right now, because it's that damn close. Team DTNS is in 6th place, still waiting for their first film. Team Cord Killers is in 5th place with $36.5 million. Team Night Attack is in 4th place with Tomorrowland bringing in $41.7 million, bringing their total to $71.7 million. Team Frog Pants is in third place, with Poltergeist bringing in $25.5 million, bringing their total to $270.7 million. Team Amtrekkers in second place with $411.3 million. And still in first place with a whopping $414 million, it's Team GFQ. And that is your Move Drive Minute for the week of May 25th, 2015.
Dude, I never, ever, ever would have believed that GFQ would still be in first place at this point. That's freaking amazing.
Well, you know, Ultron hasn't quite made the crazy Ultron money. You know?
Yeah, let's take a look. We're going to go to draft.diamondclub.tv, and if you look, you'll see that GFQ, there we go, has, let's take a look. They got Furious 7, Paul Blart, Mall Cop. The rest of their movie hasn't even come out. Entourage, Max.
Well, Entourage comes out this week, so they might stay on top for another few weeks.
Dude,
the Furious 7, man, it's in the top films global box office of all time. I think it's number 4th place.
That's huge, and it went for, in our draft, it went for a paltry $37. $37, whereas
crazy.
Ultron went for $80. And still has not taken Amtrekker far enough to unseat GFQ.
But here is where DTNS begins its fucking reign of destruction. It's got San Andreas this week, which
Ted
apparently,
2.
despite the fact that it looks like generic as fuck. Have you seen it yet, Cannata?
I'm seeing it tomorrow night.
Which, by the way, is the reason he's able to be
apparently looks
here.
generic as fuck, but the reviews are not awful. And then he has got roughly 700,000 more movies that he hopes to cobble together enough money to carry him over the finish line. But who knows, man? I'll tell you what. If Entourage does well, GFQ might have a fucking shot.
Yeah, man. I don't want to say I'd hate to admit it because, of course, we want something exciting and surprising. But holy cow, GFQ did a lot better than I dared hope. I mean, GFQ was one of the bottom, 2 in the predictions after the first draft, but now looking at it, they're sitting pretty. Amtrekker is almost certainly out for winning. I mean, there's no way Insidious and Spy is going to make enough to make them a number 1 pick, right?
Who's got that whatchamacallit, Despicable Me movie?
Yeah, that
Minions?
Minions. That's going to make all the money.
Yeah.
Well,
Who's got
I'll
that?
tell you what, if you want to buy into that, then you want to tape together The Longest Ride, Jurassic World, and Minions for Team Cord Killers.
Team Cord Killers.
Jurassic World apparently on track for $100 million weekend.
Wow, that's huge.
I think Minions is going to be huge. I think Jurassic World will be big. Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you this much. We were all absolutely certain after the draft that the whole draft is screwed now because it's so obvious who's going to win and who's going to lose that we shouldn't even bother to pay attention this year. And instead, nothing but surprises. It's been amazing.
Well, I mean, although all we did was expected DTNS to win, and their first movie has yet to come out. So we'll see whether or not, as expected, all their movies do enough to pull them over the fucking finish line.
I mean, to be honest,
all I will say, and I don't want to be that guy, but I'm gonna go ahead and have to put on the That Guy T-shirt that I wanted Mad Max and I wanted Jurassic World, and I was talked out of it.
Yeah. Well, wow. Whoever talked you out of those things was a total asshole. I bet the guy who talked you out of Mad Max compared it to Dread, which it's not remotely similar to.
I mean, I don't want to go back to the tape, but I feel like we even recreated the conversation that we had on air, which is when I said, man, I think Mad Max is going to do well. And it's like, yeah, Dread did well. And I'm like, well, I think it's going to do better than Dread. And you're like, yeah, twice as better as Dread. What's that? $20?
$30 million. So therefore, no. For the record, you were right and I was wrong. I just want to look you right in the eye as I say, Justin Robert Young, you were 100% right. Me, 100% wrong.
Hey, listen, that's why we make a good team. All right. Cannata, again, everybody listen to We Have Concerns. Everybody listen to the Slash Film Podcast. When does the Slash Film Podcast come out, by the way? What day of the week?
Usually on Tuesdays. We record Monday nights. I think we just had an episode come out. We talked about Tomorrowland, which is not so good.
Oh, shit. God damn it. Don't say that. In fact, by the
way, that was our first movie to open.
Lullaby is playing. So, that means that's
the end.
It's tanking. Hey, everybody. She's just begun. Die in a fire.
See you next Tuesday.
Every time you leave, I wanna hurt myself by pissing off some bees. I'm allergic to bees. Oh, Justin Robert Young, every time you go,
Welcome to your Movie Draft Minute presented by
that I wanna drink a warm glass of Drano. Night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack. I love you.
Dude.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.